The German Crusades, which occurred primarily during the 12th century, played a significant role in the broader context of the Crusades that were initiated by the Catholic Church to reclaim the Holy Lands from Muslim rule. These crusades were not limited to the Holy Land but extended to other regions, particularly in Eastern Europe, where German knights, rulers and military orders also participated in various religious and military campaigns. While the most prominent crusades are often associated with the Holy Land, the German Crusades also had a profound influence on the politics, religion and military strategies of medieval Europe. The idea of the Crusades began with Pope Urban II's call in 1095 for the First Crusade to reclaim Jerusalem from Muslim control. This call, motivated by religious zeal to secure Christian holy sites and the desire to expand Christendom, resonated deeply throughout Europe. Germany, under the Holy Roman Empire, was one of the main European powers to respond to the call of the Crusades. However, it wasn't just the Holy Land that drew attention. German monarchs, knights and religious orders also directed their efforts toward other regions, both in the East and within Europe itself. Germany's first significant participation in the Crusades came during the 12th century, with campaigns in the Baltic and Eastern Europe, as well as efforts to reclaim Christian territories from Muslim forces. While the First Crusade, 1096-1099, was the largest and most widely known, the subsequent Crusades saw continued involvement from German rulers, especially during the Second and Third Crusades. The Second Crusade, which was initiated by Pope Eugenius III, was marked by a strong German presence. The Crusade's primary objective was to recapture the county of Edessa, a Crusader state in the Levant, which had fallen to the Muslims in 1144. German Emperor Conrad III and French King Louis VII jointly led the Second Crusade, but it ultimately ended in failure, with both armies suffering significant losses. While the crusade itself was not successful in achieving its goal, the German forces played an important role in the larger context of Christian-Muslim conflict during the period. Emperor Conrad III's participation in the Second Crusade also reflected the growing involvement of the Holy Roman Empire in the crusading efforts. His failure to reclaim Edessa, combined with internal political struggles within the Holy Roman Empire, set the stage for subsequent religious campaigns. Despite the failure of the Second Crusade, the crusading ideal continued to gain support across Germany and beyond, paving the way for further involvement in both military and religious endeavors. The Third Crusade was perhaps the most significant in terms of German involvement. Following the capture of Jerusalem by the Muslim leader Salah ad-Din Saladin in 1187, European Christian leaders called for a new crusade to recapture the city. This crusade was led by three of the most powerful monarchs in Europe: Richard I of England, Philip II of France, and Emperor Frederick I Barbarossa of Germany. Frederick Barbarossa's leadership in the Third Crusade marked a defining moment in the history of the German Crusades. His reputation as a strong and capable leader was well established, and his participation was viewed as a significant boost for the crusading cause. However, while Frederick's army marched through Anatolia and won several battles, tragedy struck during the campaign. Frederick drowned in the Salif River in 1190, which severely impacted the morale of the German army. Despite his death, the remnants of the German forces continued their efforts, though they were unable to recapture Jerusalem. Although the Third Crusade did not end in the desired recapture of Jerusalem, it did lead to a significant treaty between Richard the Lionheart and Saladin, allowing Christians access to Jerusalem and securing several key coastal cities. The Third Crusade remains one of the most iconic and well-documented events of the crusading period, and Frederick Barbarossa's role in it is still remembered as a key moment in the history of the German Crusades. One of the most important aspects of the German Crusades in the 12th century was the rise of the Teutonic Knights. This military order, originally established in the Holy Land during the Third Crusade, later became heavily involved in the crusading efforts in Eastern Europe. In particular, the Teutonic Knights played a pivotal role in the Christianization of the Baltic region, particularly in what is now modern-day Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania. The Teutonic Knights launched a series of campaigns known as the Northern Crusades during the late 12th and early 13th centuries. These campaigns were aimed at converting the pagan populations of the Baltic region to Christianity, and they were often marked by brutal military action against the local tribes. The Teutonic Knights established several key strongholds in the region, including the famous Order of the Teutonic Knights in Prussia, which would become a major power in the region for centuries. The German Crusades had a profound impact on both the political and religious landscape of Europe. They helped solidify the Holy Roman Empire's position as a leading power in European affairs and increase the influence of the German monarchy in the Mediterranean world. Moreover, the Crusades allowed for the spread of Christianity into Eastern Europe and strengthened the ties between the Church and the secular rulers of Europe. The German Crusades also had long-lasting military and cultural effects. The campaigns in Eastern Europe, led by the Teutonic Knights, led to the establishment of several Christian kingdoms and principalities in the Baltic region, which had previously been dominated by pagan tribes. These crusades also contributed to the military tactics and strategies used by the German Knights and other European forces in subsequent conflicts. The German Crusades, although overshadowed by the more famous campaigns in the Holy Land, played a critical role in shaping the political, military, and religious development of medieval Europe. From the participation of German emperors and knights in the Second and Third Crusades to the establishment of the Teutonic Knights and the Northern Crusades. These military campaigns helped solidify Christianity's presence in Eastern Europe and shaped the course of European history. The German Crusades left a legacy of both triumph and tragedy, as they contributed to the spread of Christianity, the political ambitions of European monarchs, and the complex relationship between Europe and the Muslim world during the medieval period.